Hey guys, well, let me jump right into it. Try to make this video actually kind of short. I don't know. Anyways, so weight loss. I have lost 1 pound. Um, it has its good and it has its bad. Basically, what happened was I went out of town. Had a great time. I'll talk about that in a second. That's probably all I'll talk about. Went out of town and came back and actually made the major mistake of stepping on the scale that night, which wisdom is not always going before me, I guess you should say. Um, because I stepped on the scale and I was actually like 4 pounds or 3 or 4 pounds heavier than I was last week. So I was like, oh no. So now I was a little, constipated and all that kind of stuff. So I took some Colace and flushed the system out. Um, that helped. Took me back down to what I was last week, and went out for a run. Not a very long run or anything. I'm trying to improve my my 1 mile status. I'm trying to get past under that 12-minute um, mile. I'm trying to get under that, and for my first mile, and then I can improve after that. But I feel like if I can get down to even like a 10-minute mile, then it will give me a couple more minutes for the last 2 miles when I run races. Um, anyways, I did lose a pound. So I'm down 1 pound. I'm down to 303. The bummer is a Saturday. I don't know if you're going to get this video today. Today's Wednesday, maybe Thursday, whatever. So basically, on Saturday, it is my birthday. Let me confirm that because I could completely and totally be wrong. Yes, Saturday is my birthday, June 4th. And my goal was to be in the 200s. The likelihood that I will shed 3 pounds in a couple days, very unlikely. So it probably won't happen. Um, but who cares, right? So, yeah. So a couple days to lose 3 pounds probably won't happen. Will I be really depressed about it? No, not really. It's just like, okay, well, I didn't get there, but it's not the end of the world. I'll be there the week after that, or who knows? Maybe even by next week I'll be able to take those pounds off. Who knows? Um, so my trip was actually really good. Um, I don't know if I mentioned in my last video because I never look back at my old videos, but I was kind of worried about, you know, well, not worried, but not. I didn't have any expectations of going home with the weight loss. I had lost 100 and, you know, 104 or 5 pounds since they last saw me, and I was really like, you know, they should notice a difference. Now my dad did. My dad was very kind when he saw me. He's like, whoa, Um, he's like, you're looking like a little skinny guy now, and I'm like, yeah, thanks. And other family members, they didn't mention it so much. A lot of whispering. Even my dad said that my niece went up to him and was like, oh, well, Chris doesn't look the same. So, and they've, almost their whole life, they've known me bigger than this. So, because they're like, 13, 14 years old, and I was big, bigger than this 13, 14 years ago. So, it's cool. It's cool. I went downtown. There's a thing called Gus Macker. It comes through town on Memorial Day. It's been there since I was in high school, and it's like a 3-on-3 basketball tournament. My niece is really into basketball, so I went down to watch her play and stuff. And that's when I saw some of the other family, and they said you look good, stuff like that. So I was like, okay, well that's the gist of everything. That'd be about as far as it goes. But it actually got a lot better after that. There was a point where they celebrated my birthday on Sunday, and there was a point where my sister and sister-in-law made a comment. Now, you have to understand, when I was growing up, um, if I have time, I'll put a picture on the end, some pictures of my brother and I goofing around. But We took some pictures, but my brother was always like he's my step brother, but there's never been step between me and him. He was in maybe junior high or high school when my mom married his dad, which is the guy I call my dad is him. I was like 5 years old, so he's really the only dad I've known, and he raised me and everything else. So he's never called me a stepbrother. He's never once referred to me as a stepbrother. When he introduces me, it's always his brother, and that's just the way it is. Um, my oldest sister, that's his blood sister, I think there's sometimes where she's said, "Oh, it's my stepbrother," stuff like that, but not my brother Carl. But my brother Carl, he's Hopi Navajo Indian, and he is. But then my dad's redheaded, so he's got like freckles, and we always call him the Mexican Indian because I've had a lot of people walk up to me and be like, "Is your brother Mexican?" No. So, but he was the stud. I think it's a little bit of his color tone, but he's like the guy who always had a really good tan. In an area where the only people with really good tans were African Americans. That's it. So so there was something different about him. He looked white, but he was not white, and it was just something just floated people's boats about him. And so he was always the hot brother. I mean, I remember going to Pizza Hut and having girls come up when he goes to the bathroom, like, "Who's that guy that you're with?" Like, "It's my brother." "Oh, can you give him my number?" And all this kind of stuff. So, and all of us have. All the sisters have had it too. Um, so my sister made a comment like, it looks like she was taking, like, all these people were taking pictures of me, and of course I'm hamming it up. I mean, I'm doing the behind the back, like, look, and I'm doing everything. I think one time my pants had kind of drooped down on my jockey strap, like the strap from my underwear was kind of sticking out, and I was like, "Oh, make sure you get some of that." And we had this older woman. She's technically, I think, my aunt, but she hangs out with my grandma all the time. Um, she's an older woman, and her name is Jean, and she was just, I was messing with her like you wouldn't believe. So she was zooming in, taking pictures of my butt and stuff like that, and it's creepy, but at the same time, it was kind of like everybody's just having a good time. So my sister, she she made a comment. She was taking some pictures, and she's like, you know, I have to show these to, so and so wants to see some pictures, blah 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 blah. And I'm like, why? And they're like, because they're gonna want to see the new hot brother or whatever. And I'm like, what? And Carl's like, I guess you have to take my throne. Like, I guess so, right? And it made me feel pretty good. And then my sister-in-law kind of acknowledged, like, yeah, you're definitely the hot brother now and everything. And I'm like, all right. So, looking at pictures, I mean, the thing about the thing about me is, like, I am still I've got the spare tire, but now it's like, I will say this week I really noticed it. My skin is loose. Um, Meaning, like, I can just take it and just kind of drop it down. I mean, it's like I can lift it up and drop it down. It's all getting shriveled and everything. And so I've still got the man bobbies, and I still have the spare tire. And yeah, it comes through on some pictures. So, but other than that, I feel very streamlined. I don't feel like I have the big bump of a gut or anything like that. I feel very streamlined. And so, I was feeling pretty thin and pretty good. And I've even noticed that I kind of walk with a more of a, like, shoulders up. I feel like I have, like, a better presence about me. Going into stores, anything like that. So everybody was kind of noticing that, and they were definitely noticing that I was a lot more talkative, a lot more alive. Like, they were just like, "Man, you're just like, chatting it up. You went to parties, chatting it up, and everything." And because I went to a graduation party for someone that is not related to me, but my brother was there. So, um, so yeah, I was feeling pretty good. I did go for a run, and while I was there, and it was good. I liked running in the country. It took me a little bit longer. I think I got like a 43 or 44 minute run, but at the same token, running in the country is a little bit more dangerous, and so I was kind of being careful. There's no, I mean, the roads are narrow where I live and windy, and so a car can just come over the corner, and I got hit head on one time when I was a kid uh, by somebody just coming around the corner too fast, and there was nowhere to go, and they hit me head on. Um, so it's kind of one of those things where you step lightly, and so I was always ready to, it's like I always had it in my mind, like, where am I going to jump? Where am I going to leap if a car comes around the corner? Like, literally, like, jump for my life. And so I think it slowed me down a little bit. But it was funny because this graduation party was going on in our block, and my brother was at it. His step sister-in-law lives in that house. So, anyways, so they were seeing me running back and forth, and they're like, "Yeah, we just kept seeing this red shirt go this way, and this way, and this way, and this way." Because I had to run, I'd run one way, and then I'd turn around and run the other way, so I could just stay in my area that I knew. But I did it. I came home then, and I ran the night after I came home, and I'm gonna run tonight. So I'm doing pretty good. I did come home and sign up for another 5K. Becky really fired me up there. She had mentioned in one of her past videos that, like, she's like, the 5K's over, and she kind of went through a little stage of a funk, which I think she's out of that now. But it really made me think, like, yeah, when you get done with something big like that, it's like, what's next? And I really had no plans on running another 5K, but there's one in my hometown, and I had been considering it, and so I thought, I need to really get out there, and I need to keep training, because I had noticed that even myself after the run, it was like, I ran like one time that week, and the whole time I'm like, oh, I could just turn around and go back to the house now if I wanted to. What am I running for? And it's like, whoa. So once I put two and two together with what Becky was saying and with what I was feeling, I felt like it was time to um, make a change and make sure that I'm running for something. And so, uh, yeah, I'm just gonna keep on running for 5Ks until they kill me, I guess. It's fun. I get some shirts out of it. So anyway, so that's that, and I'm gonna leave you guys with all that. Like I said, if I have time, I'll put some pictures on the end. It's actually Thursday. I think I mentioned it was Wednesday, but it's actually Thursday. So today's the day I'm supposed to put this video up. And if I don't do it today, I won't have any time to do it. So if you have pictures on the end, yay. If you don't, get over yourself. Love you guys. Peace in the Middle East. Um, yeah.